we sent out an email to all of our friends, men and women, and asked, what questions are you asking about the opposite sex? And we got back this, I mean, hundreds of emails back. And the most interesting question women were asking was, why do men spend so much time in the toilet? That was the most common question that women asked. That was fascinating. And men kind of, their questions were about, how do I get out of these traps that my girlfriend or wife or fiance lay for me with their trick questions? So.
Right, which is like, why do you spend so much time in the bathroom?
Yeah.
I mean, where else can we go to be alone? I mean, because they're just,
that's exactly
they just
about.
keep talking and talking.
Sure.
Sorry, I slipped into a counseling session.
How do you feel about that?
I feel like I need to ask another question. So obviously there's something behind it, you know, that obviously there's a lot of humor in these titles, and but there's something behind a question like, honey, does this dress make me look fat? What's going on there?
You know, we really wanted to take questions like that and the different questions that showed up that men asked and flip it upside down and say, what is underneath that? Because our belief is there's so much more going on. When a woman asks that question, you know, we propose that she's not asking for information as much as she's asking for confirmation.
She knows what the dress looks like already, or she wouldn't be asking the question.
Yeah.
You know, and so really what we've come to learn as we've talked with women about these questions is that behind that is a deeper question of, do you think I'm lovely? Like behind my skin, into my heart, do you really like what you see? And you cherish it, and we hold on to it, and we pursue it.
Yeah, it's definitely a core question.
Yeah,
Women,
I think so.
What's a guy's core question then? What do you think?
You know, we talked in the book about men, we laugh about the question that women ask of, why won't guys stop and ask for directions? Like, what's up with that?
Yeah.
And we talk a lot about the question for men underneath that of do I have what it takes? You know, part of it is, you know, it's pride, but it's fear. You know, I don't want to show up as incompetent. So I'm just going to keep driving around and around and acting like I know what I'm doing when I clearly do not know what I'm doing.
Yeah. And we're not lost. As long as we have enough gas to get back home, we're not lost.
It's really true.
Is we're just regular guys. I mean, we're counselors and we have training, but for the most part, we're guys who've messed it up along the way. And so a lot of these books are us telling stories about how we've really screwed up in our marriages and our relationships. And I think that makes it really accessible to people, is that we're not perfect, and learn from our mistakes, please.
Feels like I'm in survival mode. That's what it's about. But yeah, I mean, I wrote these books for myself as much as I did for any other man. I need reminders. I really do. You
know, the worst part is, for me, is my wife came out the other day and we were going on a date, and she said, how's this look? And I said, oh, that's fine. And she goes, you're supposed to say this. And she quoted me right from the book. And I was like, oh, gosh.
Yeah.